Hey y'all, it's your girl Jess. Welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, we are talking about getting my life together. So if you're interested in this little chit chat, then keep watching. Alright y'all, I am sitting on the floor, but we're not paying any attention. The lighting here is pretty good. If you don't know, I have very horrible lighting in my apartment. I get very little to no natural light. So when I do, I need to take full advantage, which is why I'm sitting on the floor right in front of my patio window. Are people watching? Probably, but I don't give a fuck. We're gonna say if I look like this, we're gonna not talk about it. The braids are past its prime, but if you say anything, you're anti-black. If you see Snowball running around, he does what he wants. He looks crazy, but he doesn't have money for a haircut until because of his surgery. And by him, I mean me, because that surgery was thousands of dollars. So he needs to wait a little bit for a haircut. Unless y'all want to help me out. But anyway, we're going to get right into it because I'm not trying to make this video super long and I'm losing light. So let's get right into it. Why am I talking about this, or why do I feel like I want to get my life together? Obviously, various reasons, but the biggest reason is I feel very stuck. I am 28 years old. I will be 29 in December. I'm getting old as shit. And looking back when I was 21, 22 years old, I thought I would be so much further than what I am now. And I know that comparison is the thief of joy, but it's a little hard when you see people that have inspired you, especially like career track or like life wise, and they're much farther than you. And it's also a little disheartening when you look back at when you were 21 years old and you thought you were going to be so much further and you're not. That's also very disheartening. And I feel like at 28 years old, I am very stuck. I'm not where I want to be. I feel like my life is not progressing as I want it to be. And I think that is just because of a lot of different factors. My mental health, my physical health, my finances, my career goals, my personal life goals. I think all that plays into it. And I also think the biggest reason why is that I am not motivated enough. I am not dedicated enough. And I have not pushed myself like I should have. So I'm at a point where I feel like I'm at the bottom as far as I can go. I probably can go further, but we're not going to go further. We're going to stop this here. I've hit my rock bottom per se, and I'm ready. And I have learned, and I have been new this, but I think I'm at a point where now I can take the lesson and run with it, that you need more than motivation. You need discipline, and I don't have discipline, so I need to create the discipline that I need to get my life where it should be, or where I want it to be. What does this look like? It's really like reevaluating every aspect of my life. So my mental health, my physical health, my personal development, my finances, my relationships. It's really reevaluating every single thing in my life and figuring out what is working. Will that work for what I deem myself in the future, like what I want in the future? And if it's not, then it has to go. It's really about taking a look at all these aspects and seeing, is this what I want for future me? Is this what I want for future me a year in the future or 10 years in the future? If it's not, then it has to go. I know we all change and evolve as time goes on, but I want to be able to have a solid foundation for future me. I don't think it's going to be realistic to get to where I want to be, but not have the discipline, the healthy habits, that foundation. It's just going to crumble. So I am revaluing every aspect of my life, and I plan on doing this in chunks. So one aspect at a time, and really deep diving into that aspect and changing everything. It's going to be a long process. It's not something that takes 30 days, 90 days. It's something that is over time, and it just needs to happen. I want to become so unrecognizable in a good way, not just physically, but I want people to look at me and know that I am happy through and through, that I have boundaries, that I am happy, I have goals, I'm everything that I want to be on paper. You can see that in real life. I don't know if I'm explaining it thoroughly, but if you know this feeling where you just feel like you're not where you want to be and you have so much potential to offer and you're wasting it. I also feel like I have a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. I also feel like I know my purpose, but I feel like I've let my purpose sidetrack with everything else, and I don't like that. I feel like everybody has a purpose, and until you fulfill your purpose, you're not going to be happy. And I feel like I've let my like life and like different things sidetrack my purpose, so I'm not really 100% happy. So the goal is to get back to fulfilling my purpose, to be happy, to be whole, and just live life to the fullest, which I'm not doing right now. So the very first chunk in this like process is my mental health. If you don't know, now you will, but I do have anxiety. I also have high functioning depression. I will put up a description like what high functioning depression is, so you can take a look at that and look that up if you would like. But I do have those things, and it can make things extremely difficult sometimes. It has made things extremely difficult most of my life, but you live through it and you push through it. No, I'm not medicated. No, I will not be getting on medication. I don't like the side effects of it, so please don't recommend any. And I do know that those things get out of control when I have a lot of stress, which I do have a lot of stress as of right now. Those things get out of control when I am beating myself down, when I am comparing myself. So I'm trying to get those back in control. Chronic migraines, I do have chronic migraines, and that is a medical thing, but I also have chronic migraines. They're like, it's linked with my stress. So when I am very much stressed out, my migraines are so much worse, and they have been worse so much lately. I've talked about this in my monthly reset video that you can go watch if you haven't already watched. But they have been worse. They've literally been 0 to 100. I get sick, I throw up, I get dizzy. The light hurts, the noise hurts, everything hurts. And literally this past month in August, I literally probably got like 13 or 14 migraines, and they can last anywhere from a couple hours to days, and it's not healthy. And all of that is just weighing on my mental health. So these are some of the ways that I am trying to get those back in check, in control of my mental health. Because at one point, when I'm in control of my mental health, I feel like I go a little further. My drive, my focus is a little bit better. It's therapy. I do advocate for therapy. My therapist, love her. She helps me down. She keeps me accountable. She keeps these in check for me as well. So therapy consistently. I try to go at least twice a month. I do try to go more when my budget allows me to, but right now it's telling me twice a month. Journaling, I'm getting back into journaling every single day. I journal for at least 15 minutes a day. If at least 15 minutes. Normally it's a little bit more, but at least 15 minutes. For me, this may not work for everybody, but journaling helps me decompress. It helps me release some of the stress. You can literally journal about anything, and it just helps me release some of the stress and decompress from my day, or decompress about an event or a person. It just helps me from holding everything in, which causes me to stress, and therefore my anxiety, my depression, and my migraines get out of control. The next one, I am looking at my notes, so I apologize if I'm looking down. The next thing is distancing myself from people who cause the stress and things that cause the stress. For me, a lot of this times it is family, unfortunately, and I can no longer handle their stress and their mess ups, their fuck ups, their life on top of mine. And for a while, I've been working on this in therapy, where I feel like I have to carry people on my back, and I am trying to let that go. I am trying to let that go. So I am really trying to distance myself from people and things. There are a lot of things that cause me stress. My car is one of them. I can't just let it go, but I am trying to distance myself from things and people that cause me stress and cause me to take on more than I can handle. The next thing is establishing boundaries. This goes along with what I just said, which is distancing myself from things and people that cause me stress. Establishing boundaries is a very important. One of the very important boundaries for me is saying no. I have a very hard time of saying no, especially towards family. So that is something that I am working on, especially with my therapist, is saying no. No, I cannot help you. No, I do not have money. No, I do not have time. No, I cannot take that on. Just establishing no and knowing that no is a complete answer. No, I do not have to dive in. No, I don't have to give you an explanation as to why I won't do something. And the answer is no. And not feeling bad after I said no, because I have that habit of doing that, and then I turn around and say yes. So distancing myself from certain people and saying no is something that I know, along with working with my therapist, will help me tremendously. And the last thing that is going to be so important, but one of the hardest things that I'm going to have to do as the person who loves perfection and has to have everything in my own control, is letting go of control. Is to stop worrying and stop stressing about the things and the people that I cannot control. I cannot control everything. Everything is not perfect. This is the real world. This is not a book. This is not a TV show. I have to let those things go. If it's outside of my control, why am I stressing about it? I don't know, but I do. So I am really focusing on letting go of control, especially of control of things that I have no control over. People, what they do, what they say, what they think. I need to let it go. And I just need to control what and focus on what I can control, which is my emotions, my actions, my reactions to things. I need to focus on that, because that's more important than worry about what the next person thinks about me or what the next person says to me about something that they think about. I cannot control what another person does. I can only control what I do. So I need to let go of the idea, the thought of being in control of, with everything, and just focus on me, myself, and I, and what I can control. That is going to be a big one, and I am working on that with my therapist. So y'all pray for me on that one. But that is it for part 1. I'm going to continue to update y'all in this series. I have a lot more parts coming. Like I said, I am working on myself. So like my procrastination, because I'm a big procrastinator, my time management. I'm also working on my finances, getting my finances together, being debt free, reaching my financial goals so that I'm not going back into debt. I'm working on my career goals, finding a new job, getting where I want in my career, and like reaching my potential and my focus in my purpose. I have so much more going on, so just stay tuned in this little series. But that is all I have for now. If you are also on your journey of getting yourself together, being the best person that you can be, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of my crusty dusty face. But until next time, bye.